Go ahead.
Oh, so at seminar, we learned about our Facebook and Instagram pages. So just make sure that you don't have Mary Kay in your like your big time. Like I wouldn't want to have Cynthia Overval Mary Kay consultant or MK consultant. In the description where it says like where you work, you can put Mary Kay beauty consultant or beauty consultant, something like that. Just because the rules have changed, not because of Mary Kay, but the rules have changed on Facebook and Instagram and, any of those um, virtual sites. So we just want to make sure you change that. And if I started a business page because somebody said, "Oh, you should have a business page." I wish I knew how to delete it because it does. Oh, good. Because it does say Cynthia Overval Mary Kay on the business one, not on my personal one. But just make sure if you have Mary Kay in your name, the one that's, up above, highlighted, take MK out, Mary Kay out, even beauty consultant. So, so that we comply with those standards of Facebook, Instagram, whatever.
So it's okay if you have, like Cynthia said, the business page, but she's finding she doesn't even really use it anymore
Yeah.
because Mary Kay rules have changed where we used to not be able to post a lot on our personal profiles. And we'll dive further into this later because in September, Mary Kay is actually going to be bringing out um, new updated social media guidelines for us. They just kind of preemptively said a few things at seminar, but there will be brand new updated guidelines. Peggy, did you want to share something?
Yeah, I have a question.
Mhm.
Did they discuss at all about all these AI generated images that are featuring Mary Kay products that don't even look like Mary Kay products? I think it is so tacky for our brand.
I so no, they really didn't fully, but there was a few things shared about it. For one, we're not supposed to have for one, when you do an AI thing, it the algorithm knows that it's AI, not a photo that you took. And so the algorithm is actually going to drop that down. You're not going to see it as much. And yes, when you ask AI to make something with, say, our miracle set, then it alters the sizing and everything else. You don't want to use ones like that. I have to agree with Peggy. It doesn't look right. Um, and so I think maybe that will be more in there. But in all honesty, friends, you don't want to use a ton of AI. And when you are using AI, that's a whole nother training topic. And it's not a bad one to actually do because I've learned a lot from National Sales Director Emeritus Linda Tupin and a few others who have really kind of opened my eyes on how to make it look better, even when you're using help creating them. So thank you, Peggy. TK.
Yeah, on my Facebook group, which I've gone to private, so that I can talk about Mary Kay. Um, my name is, well, because I was hacked before, my name is TK O'Hara Mary Kay. There's
So
nothing I can do to change. They won't let me change it.
let's not worry about any of that until the social media guidelines come out. Okay.
Okay.
That's going to say exactly what we should and shouldn't say.
Am I
Um,
gonna have to make a new Facebook group? Are they gonna
Mm-mm.
say? Because I
No,
mean,
no.
I can tell. I even know how to change the name.
Yeah, you can change the name of groups because we've done that before. So
Mm-hmm.
we can go over that with you, but don't worry about it just yet. In another like week and a half, 2 weeks, we'll have corporate social media guidelines that will be able to give us even more in depth
Mm-hmm.
to
okay,
make
thank
sure.
you.
Yep.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that because Sandy did a few videos on our Team Brave page with the attachments that you could print out that at least get started. I
Hmm.
just wanted to like give you a heads up, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look at any videos for a while because I've been sleeping, catching up from having my 5-year-old grandson for 3 weeks in a row. So that's my life challenge that I survived.
Oh, okay.
It's always a good thing to survive things like that. So, okay, I'm about to turn it over to Anna because I know we have so much to share, but we have talked many times over the last few months about next level customer care, making sure that we are working our business full circle. Because when we miss one, even just one of the little things that we've been taught about in our business, then we can really get maybe disheartened because we're like, "Ah, it's not working and I'm doing all this." But it might just be that there's one little thing that you're missing. And so Anna's got an amazing little thing. She's gonna a sheet she's gonna be sharing about, and we'll be uploading it shortly. And if it's a current customer, not a brand new customer, remember we have that next level customer care layering where you'll be able to make sure that you've done all those steps with each one of your customers to make sure that you've given the best service and gotten the most response. So Anna, I'm gonna take it away.
All right. All right, ladies. So I got really, really excited while these ladies were away at seminar. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of the speeches, a lot of the director training, a lot of the consultant training ended up getting put on YouTube. So I got to see it along with them. Yay, yay. And I got really excited actually about two of the top directors who were talking about, well, actually, one of them was talking about Mary Kay Playbook. Have any of you ever, when you got started, like your director did your first launch party? Raise your hand if that happened. Okay. And maybe did a few other parties for you. And did you ever think, oh my gosh, that's just so much. I don't know if I can do this by myself. Has anyone ever been a little overwhelmed? Okay. All right. So I want to talk to you a little bit about this skincare playbook. It came up several different YouTube things with one of the top directors from, I think, the Diamond Seminar. I think her name is Amanda Wright. But it actually stemmed from Dawn Otten-Sweeney, who is a top national sales director. I don't even know if she's retired at this point or not. She's not. Okay. But she put together a playbook because one of the things that we know is when Mary Kay started this company and she started with her beauty consultants, the intention was never for Mary Kay to go and do people's parties. The way that it worked was you would book 8 appointments to hold 5 in 1 week. And Mary Kay would have you go with her to her parties so that you could watch what she did. And then when you would have yours booked, and then you would go and do it yourself. Now, your first party would be very shaky, of course, right? And that's why she had a flip chart. And you guys know that if you purchased your starter kit, it came with a flip chart, right? But it was very, very wordy. It's beautiful. It's beautifully done, beautiful pictures, but kind of a lot of information that you really don't. Yeah, TK's looking at me, and you really don't want to read all of that, Trisha, too, because it's too much information, right? But the idea was never for one person to go do everyone's parties. The idea was to become duplicatable. And so Dawn Otten-Sweeney came up with this playbook, which is kind of like original Mary Kay style, so that the consultant from the get-go, from the moment you ordered your starter kit and maybe got some products, you would know exactly what to do. Like, who here could get excited about having something that's very simple that would tell you exactly what you needed to do start to finish? Okay. The other thing that I realized as I was going through this playbook was I've been cutting corners. Like, for the people here who have been around for a while, I'm thinking of Deb, Sandy, Trish. I'm just calling out some people because I know that we started our businesses kind of together, and maybe you guys were actually before me. But we were taught, oh, sorry, in my late alarm, I can't read that. Anyway, sorry, because I'm on my phone. When we first got started in our business, we were told to book, sell, book, recruit, right? And I know that in my business over the years, and I've been doing this for 17 years in September. So, oh my gosh, it's almost 20 years, right? I know that I've cut some corners. Have any of you guys ever cut corners? Like you're like, oh yeah, I remember I should have done that. Okay, yeah, we've all cut some corners. But I love how this takes us back to Mary Kay's original plan, which actually worked, which was duplicatable, which made it so that anybody who got started could do this by themselves. Not that you would need to do it by yourself because you do have your director, but one of the things that we are all here to do is to grow our teams. And one of the things that I pray for all of us, I pray for a hedge of protection. I pray for the blessings that we see and those that we don't see. And that I also pray that our we bless the harvest of women that are coming onto our teams. Okay, women who will get started and never quit. Women who have a heart for Jesus. Women who want to change women's lives. And how many of you came in here with the idea that you wanted to make some money? Okay, it's all part of this, but when we cut those corners, we miss out on blessing of women who truly need this opportunity. And then we also miss out on the potential to earn some money. Because part of what Mary Kay wanted was for us to pass this on because it would be a great opportunity for women to make money in pockets of time at any point of their lives, whether it's while they're raising children, while they're retired, while they're going through school. Maybe it was for a season, maybe it was for a lifetime. She wanted to celebrate those women and she wanted it to live on forever. I believe, Mary and Cynthia, I don't know, is this our 63rd or 64th year? Can't remember now. They're on mute.
We are about to celebrate 63 years.
Okay.
Yep. So we'll be going into our 64th year.
All right. So the bottom line is that Mary Kay devised this as an opportunity for all of us to share with others. And when we don't work our businesses full circle, or we don't even work our businesses because we're like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I can, make money. Peggy says, 63 years. I'm as old as Mary Kay. Oh, well, Peggy, you look fantastic. Thank you, Mary Kay, right? All right, so I'm just going to bring up again this, okay? This is going to be in your packet. This is what we've been talking about how you make your money in Mary Kay. And it's very, 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 what would I say? It's not like going at the high end and it's not going at the low end. It's very like what a real person could
It's
earn.
real life.
Real life.
It's really what you can
do. It's like
expect. The
yeah,
expectation. Yeah.
the expectations are extremely true. If you were consistent, and the consistency comes from working this business full circle. Mary Kay never expected us to cut corners. So I'm not going to go through this packet, but we are going to go through a little bit of it because I do think some of it is so, so, so important. But it starts out with Mary Kay's purpose so that we know why she started this company. She started this company, as you ladies know, because she had been a single mom with 3 kids. She had worked all sorts of businesses and the glass ceiling killed her. She would work over and above all the other people, and the men that she trained would actually make more money than her and take over the higher position. And she got tired of it. She was actually journaling her frustrations in her own life, and that's how our company came to be. And I don't know how many of you have felt stuck and have felt like, gosh, how do I get above this? That's why this company is in place. All right. So it talks just one little page about her purpose. And then it talks about finding your average. Okay. And we talked about this with the consistency of working your business. You're going to be selling a certain amount per face. Okay. But you can't do that if you're not always working on some bookings. And that's going to come with new people. Or as Mary said, you know what? I come to find out there's so many people out there. Why is it that a lot of women say they don't know anyone? I wonder if it has to do with all the conveniences of our lives, with being able to order your groceries, order your prescriptions. People aren't leaving their houses anymore. Something changed when we went through COVID. Something changed. But what we are missing, and it came up in our Power 300, Cynthia wants to say something.
Oh, I just wanted to say I've been invited to more Pampered Chef parties than ever before. And I'm like thinking, those are products you buy, and I mean, they're great products. It's pretty much lifetime purchase. Where our products are, you have to consumable. Our products are consumable. So why am I not doing what those Pampered Chef ladies are doing? You know?
Yeah, exactly, Cynthia. But my point, going back to the point is there's been so many conveniences that have come to us that allow us to sit in our homes. And what the community is craving is connection. We've been missing out on connection. We don't go out anymore to our churches. We watch it online. We don't go to the grocery store anymore. We order it and it gets delivered to us. We don't go to the pharmacy anymore. We order it, it gets delivered to us, or we go through the drive-through. The bank, we cash our checks on our phones. We don't deposit our checks anymore. You know what I mean? Everything is digital, and so that it allows you to sit in your home by yourself. Who here is craving some connection? Yeah, and the thing that I want to tell you, you guys know that I've always done a lot of my business in person. Every time I try to go more virtual, they keep I don't know which movie it was, but they keep dragging me back in, right? So, and whenever I do my in-person parties, what do I hear as I close out these women? How much fun they've had, how they'd forgotten what it was like to get together. So I want to tell you, the virtual part is important. We learned how important it is through COVID, through sickness, through weather. Oh my gosh, Sandy, all of us, Tracy, all of us, Kim, who are here in this area, we learned we have to have some way to communicate besides getting out, because sometimes you can't get out. But I don't want you to forget that women want to connect. It's still relevant to try this product on their faces. And when I listened to the Linda Tupin, I didn't get through the whole thing. She said that is still the strongest connection. What is it? Buckle to buckle? Tracy still doesn't have power. I think she's still in a hotel. So we need lots of prayers for Tracy and for those of us that don't have power. I'm thankful that we got ours back. But I just want to encourage you that both parts of this are relevant. But don't forget about, if you are one of those people that's like, gosh, I don't know anybody. I'm out of people. Mary was right. People are everywhere, but we have to get out. It will do your heart and soul good. Cynthia, who can't drive right now because of the seizures, gets out constantly. She is constantly out with her community and doing things and connecting with people. And that's what we're meant to do. That was what this business was about, connecting with others and passing it on. So what I love about this packet is, if you were in, let's say, somewhere in Oregon, okay? And I've never been to Oregon. I'm just picking Oregon because I'm looking at Mary. And I recruited you. I actually would not need to go out and do your party. I could give you this playbook and you would know exactly what to do. Like, you and I would have a conference and you would know exactly what to do. It talks to you about your face averages. Okay. So this is face average. We used to do this all the time, all about tracking. Cynthia and Mary and I have been talking about tracking for the past 3 months. Because if you're not tracking, you won't even know that you're not seeing people. You won't even know that you're not connecting with people, because in your mind, you're thinking, oh, I contacted this person and I contacted this person. And it might be 5 people. And do you know, that it takes, like, if you're contacting people, it takes like, usually the average is 1 out of 10 people is going to book with you. Did you know that? So if you contact 5, how many do you think you're going to get? Unless you're lucky. Thank you, TK. You're right. 0. And this was another thing that blew my mind. How many of you do all your connecting on text? Raise your hands. I can't see everyone because you're all okay. Did you know, I found this out, that your texts are getting filtered? So if it's somebody that doesn't even know you, like maybe they didn't save your phone number, like somebody new, do you know that your texts will get filtered out, that they may not even see them? And then you're not getting a response, and then how does it make you feel? It makes you feel like doggy doo-doo, right? So anyway, I didn't realize this. This is why, ladies, you want to be working for these Power 300 calls, because Linda Tupin, she educated me. I didn't even know this. And here, I could be texting 100 people a day and getting one response. And it's because they might not even see it. Even people that know me, because maybe I haven't communicated with them in a while, they're not saying it. So do you know how much, again, it's the connection, your voice, your face. We do the very best we can. If it's people, that are far away from us, the only thing we can do is connect, via Zoom, via Messenger, FaceTime, with our voices. But if you're doing all your connections with your text, you may not be getting the results you need because they could be getting filtered. I had no idea. So part of this is all about tracking, like when you're in front of somebody, how much are you selling them? Now, one of the reasons that this is very important is because you do have 3 women here who are here to help you get to your goal. Do you know that we're not bosses, we're your business coaches? We're your fairy, sparkly godmothers. We're here to help you get to your goal. And if you ever had a goal and you forgot about it, I want you to go back and think about what you want. Think about how much money you want to make. Think about how many women you want to connect with. How many of you would agree that when you're in front of women, it makes you feel good? A lot of you mentioned, I think I don't know, 6 months ago when we were talking about why you started your business, because you needed connection. How many others around you do you think are in the same boat? Yep. Okay. But you will never get there if all you're doing is thinking about your business and you're not actually putting it into motion. Bobbity, bobbity, boo. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So we need to track. Okay. And so that's why Mary's been talking about all these tracking sheets. We want to find out our average amount of sales per face. Okay. And the only way to do that is to be able to have a certain amount of appointments, write down what you sold, and then average it out per the day, right? You just divide that. That's super simple math. Okay. So one of the sheets that they have in here, they don't have a whole bunch of tracking sheets. They've kept it very simple. Cynthia and I grew up on this sheet. It's the Power Girl sheet, but it's their form. And it's great because it takes you, like Mary said, through the different things, the different layers you want to do with a customer, okay? Or a brand new person. Mary Kay, did you know, devised this business for new faces. Not that you wouldn't take care of your existing faces, but you wanted to be seeing at least 30 new faces a month. How many of you are seeing 30 new faces a month? I can't even say that I have, especially this month. This month was crazy. All I'm doing right now is connecting with people. But as I connect with them to see how they're doing, I am getting orders, which is interesting. I'm not even talking business. But this power tracking sheet, it puts the name, how much was sold, if you got a a second appointment, if you got referrals, and if you did an interview. Okay, because that's working at full circle. So we've got that. Now, it has a whole section on lead generation. Because did you know that you need to be in front of new people, which is why you have to leave your house? I remember Gloria Mayfield Banks, the #1 Mary Kay, national in the world of our company, Gloria Mayfield Banks. She said, if you, what did she say? She said, you need to leave your house, like get on the highway, go to the grocery store, get up, go get cute, and go get some names. Okay. So there's all sorts of different ways from, and this is a whole training in itself. I know I did one a few months ago, but referrals, facial boxes, fish bowls, vendor events, warm chatting, honoring working women, leads in everyday life, bookings from bookings. That is the strongest one. Bookings from bookings. So if you have customers and if you work full circle and you fulfill a purpose for them, which is what we're supposed to do. Did you know we're beauty consultants? We're not just people that hand them a lookbook or hand them a website and say, here, go find what you want. We're here to solve like what they're looking for. I was shocked when I realized that 56% of the US is spending 2 hours online on social media shopping. Did you know that? I know I said it last week. That's concerning to me. If we're not outside talking to women, telling them what we have, if we're not calling our customers, asking them what they need, and I had a really good wake up call. I got to tell you about this wake up call. So we have our award ceremony at 10 a.m. after this. So I might pop off a few minutes early, ladies, because I know Mary and Cynthia would finish it for me so I can go and prepare things. But I called one of my team members and she was talking to me about something. She had purchased the hydrating cream mask, but she didn't really know how to use it. And so she said, Anna, she says, I don't want to break your heart or anything, but I'm buying a serum from XYZ company. And I'm like, what? Why are you buying this extra serum? Because she said her skin was really, really dry. She was buying a serum from Estee Lauder. I'm sure that serum costs like 80 to 90 or above, right? Because I know back in the 90s, there was a flight cream that my mother-in-law used to buy. I wasn't in Mary Kay at the time. And it was $90 for a little container this big. And she was using it in addition to our products because she wasn't feeling hydrated enough. And I said, didn't you try the hydrating mask? She said, yeah, I put it on and I took it off and I didn't really feel anything. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, you need to layer that, on your nighttime routine, and then you can put it underneath your day cream for extra hydration. It's a no rinse mask. I said, it's only $24. It's going to cost you $12. I said, I could save you so much money. How many of all of us, not Mary, Cynthia, and I know, but how many of all of us here may not know how to use the product, so therefore we're using something else, and we don't tell anybody because we don't want anybody to know. I didn't know one of my own team members isn't even using our products, right? Okay. That's because, yeah, Deb's going, what the heck? That's because we've not been behaving like beauty consultants. We're concerned with, getting our sale out, getting our discount out, calling and that sort of thing, but we're not connecting and finding out. Yeah, Laura loves strangers. Yeah, I do too. That used to be one of the things I used to love to do is just go. We used to call it warm chat. Now it's called social networking. I don't know what you call it, but but the bottom line is this packet is going to be all about showing you how not to miss those little points. Like Mary said, higher level, what are we doing? Customer care. Because if we're not connecting and finding out what they're,
Next level.
next level, thank you. Kim, so we're going to be posting this packet. It's 55 pages long. Mary is going to redo it for the virtual side. So we have it for the in-person side. Cynthia says that sounds creepy today. What sounds creepy?
Talking to strangers. I
Oh,
love,
yeah. Yeah. Because you know what? We used to always do that. Now I know Tracy loves to talk to strangers. I don't need any right now, Mike. Thank you.
but you know what I'm saying? I mean, people, like you said, people don't talk to people they don't know. And so I've started when I go to the grocery store, even at church, saying hi to people. How are you doing? Smiling at them. And they look at me like,
You have a third eye.
yeah. And then they usually smile and say hi back
People
because
are in their
they're
own
not
world, right?
they're not used to people talking to them or smiling at them.
I
And I'm
think,
like, I'm going to do this and just find out what it's like to talk to strangers again,
yeah,
you know? And they
the,
don't think it's creepy once you, but you know what? I'm making a joke,
the
in
six
other words.
foot rule harmed us. The COVID and 6 foot rule harmed us, and we're still working our way out of it.
Yeah.
But it talks about how to get a booking. It tells you what to say. And what I learned from some of the speakers at seminar, even though I didn't go, was we used to always take a script and then we'd all text out the same script, right? We'd all use, when we started doing our Facebook parties, we'd all use the same posts. We'd text out the same script. We would we basically took an idea that somebody had and then we would run with it, and 100 of us would be running with it, or 1,000 of us. And
Mm-hmm.
what we're finding is, guess what really, really works now is being genuine, like doing it your way, taking a script and then um, taking the essentials of the script, but making it you, like using your words, making it sound like you, because you have a whole amount of people that are meant to work with you. Um, and Mary says it all the time. She was just talking about AI. Those AI generated images, Chat GPT. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how much Chat GPT has helped me. But I'm now realizing, after the phone call, the power call with Linda Tupin, you don't want to use AI. It sounds strange. Trisha, yes, please say something.
Um, so I've been praying about my business because I'm like, okay, God, this something's not working right. And what I've heard is you didn't pivot. And it goes right along with what you were saying. You didn't pivot. You're so used to doing it the old way with the copy and paste and all of this, and people just want genuine conversations. And I did the same thing you did. I started reaching out to my customers. I told Cynthia really quick. This girl was really, I'll be brief, was a little rude with me this while back. About, hey, if I need something, I'll call you, you know. And so I reached out to her. I'm like, hey, how you doing with the storm? And she basically unloaded to me. I've been without power 2 weeks. I haven't been able to work. I had to throw all my food away. I'm premenopausal, blah, 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 blah. But yet I'm asking her in the past, hey, please buy from me. Well, she's like, are you kidding me? And I don't know if anything's going to come from that, but the main thing is I got to be where she's at. What is her needs? That's the last thing she's thinking about is I'm going to buy Mary Kay from that person to help me out when I can't even feed my family. And so I don't want to lose sight that this is truly, a people business. And I think sometimes I have, and revamping, because Mary Catherine's teaching us the same thing. Start connecting with people. You have how many, 1,000 people on your Facebook group? Start connecting with them. Hey, how are you doing since the storm? That's a good topic of conversation. People outside the area. Hey, how did your summer go? And I get impatient. That's where my problem's at because it's like, okay, when do I shift it to Mary Kay? But I'm learning that too. So that's what I wanted to say.
Very, very completely accurate, Trisha. I was telling Cynthia and Mary, with all of this, I feel like it would be obscene to ask somebody if they want to buy something or be on something, unless they're not in this area, right? But all I'm doing is calling to find out how they're doing. That's it. Period. Um, but we lost that somewhere along the way. We lost that. And Trisha's right. How many of you have ever sent out a text to, 30 or 40 people, and it's the same text, we've got this brand new thing. Who wants this? Who wants that? Instead of actually making a phone call and saying, hey, Susie, how have you been? I haven't talked with you in ages. I'd love to connect again. What's been going on with your family? Blah, blah, blah. We just somehow we lost that. And we
Can I say
lost,
one more thing?
yeah, please.
Sorry. It's not wrong to use some of that stuff
No,
to the copy and paste because I still do it. I guess what I'm learning is be more sensitive, be more genuine. I know Cynthia doesn't even do the scripts and stuff. She comes up with her own, and we can always help you with that. But people don't know how much you what is that saying? They don't know how much you care until they know how much they don't care how
they,
much you know until they know how much you care. Something like
correct.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I just think that what has happened is we have through 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 COVID and everything, I don't know if you noticed, a lot of companies are constantly marketing and doing all this stuff on Facebook and Instagram, and you're getting assaulted constantly. I find it annoying. And so Kelsey said, my clients understand that I can't read all of it because I'm on my phone. We'll have to have somebody read that for us. But I get annoyed with it. And because of that, I took myself off of social media.
Mhm.
And one of the things that I learned was that social media is about allowing others to get to know you. It's not to drive the sales, not to drive them to recruit to you with you. It is to give them some, what is it? Trust, like, know, and trust factor.
Know, like, and trust.
Yeah. We want to have
That's
people
okay.
get
That's
to
easy.
know us. We don't want to be, trying to market, sell, all of that. We want to have the genuine connections. And that's what this company was based on. That's what Mary Kay did. And somehow throughout all the years and the decades and then COVID, I think I have forgotten it. But so this page talks about how to get a booking. We're going to go more in depth. And Kim, to answer your question, this is going to be available today. I'll post this packet on Boss Babes. Yes, Mary.
We're not going to post it just yet because I'm going to put it into Canva and make it so that it's editable. And we have what we've been sharing, our closing sheet in there.
Okay.
Yeah, to not confuse them, and probably the other tracking. That way it's all in one.
And then when do you think we could have that, Mary? Because I know you're away. So.
Well, but I have my laptop here. I'm working. I
Oh,
may be with Cynthia, but we're working together.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I just didn't get it done last night. I was
Got
like, okay, I've got to get this. But yes, it will be shared. Everybody, that's actually one of the things that I was going to say. So,
But
yes.
we're gonna share, aren't we gonna share this one that's in person and then share the other one is virtual, right?
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna share two of them. So people like me who can't drive, I can't go anywhere. I have to pretty much work virtual unless people come to me. So
And you know what? Truly, the virtual version is just going to be a little bit shorter version to accommodate for virtual. Yes, Mary.
Well, really, when you can't get out, everything that Anna is sharing today is relevant
Yeah,
and doable virtually.
correct. That's what
Absolutely. And if you have the flip chart, you can make it your own, but this is more than a flip chart.
it's more.
And
It's
and
your whole,
Anna's, yeah.
it's like your whole, that's why they call it the playbook. It literally tells you start to finish what you should do with everybody. All right. It shows obviously the bubble sheet because um, oh, they're in Colorado. They're in Colorado at Cynthia's. But it talks about the bubble sheet because so often than not, I want you all to be super honest with me. How many of you think about your business, but if you were to actually track doing it, you're not doing it as much as you're thinking about it? Raise your hand. Okay, good. I'm not alone. It talks about coaching and pre-profiling. We have rarely, I don't think we've done a training on coaching and pre-profiling. But if you want a party to hold, That is so, so, so important. So, you know what this is? This is like a boards on paper because I work better on paper. Trisha's laughing because she knows I'm old school. I work better on paper. When I look at boards, there's too much information and I get like confused. There's too much to do, right? But it's a board for how to run your business. Okay, coaching and pre-profiling. So it tells you exactly what to do once you have a party, who to call, what to say to the hostess, what to say to the guests, what questions, how to connect with them, what to do. It talks to you about preparing for payment. So it gives you different things, different ways to accept payment. Now, I've made a personal choice in my business to have only certain amounts of payment. That's me, but it gives you all sorts of different ways to accept payment. And then this particular playbook is for people doing it in person, but like Mary said, it's relevant if you're doing it virtually as well. So one of the things that I think is kind of cool, if you were to have an in-person party, this is having a roll-up bag at each person's station. Now I know Trisha and Deb have probably heard about this, Sandy too. We did it back in the day, or we talked about it. Dorothy's shaking her head, and it's filled with certain items, okay? Now the reason it would be at each guest station is because when they would go back, these would be the items you'd be talking about at the party. But when you would go back to close them, they would be able to physically take the product out of the bags that they wanted. And a lot of times, once they've handled it, they end up wanting the whole thing, okay? Because they just tried the whole thing on their faces and they want the whole thing. So it's very effective. It also is very time efficient for you as a consultant. Because if you've ever done an in-person party and then had to go out to your car to go grab product to go hand it to them, it makes it super simple so that you know what to bring to a party. They know what they could purchase because it's right there in front of them. It makes it super easy for you. But it tells you what to put in each pocket. It tells you if you're, I'm kind of getting out of order. I think my pages got out of order. It tells you if you have a starter kit, what comes in the starter kit and what would be the other things you would need if you don't if you are just getting started. It tells you how to do the party if you're going to do a miracle set party, what to put in each of the pockets if you're doing a miracle set party, okay? It tells you exactly how to set up the tray. It actually gives you like the little thing that you would put behind the plastic tray with that you could make copies of and have them laminated, put it under the plastic tray so that people could read, because it's hard to read the numbers because they're plastic. So it tells you what to do. Right, Lisa? It's super cool. It tells you on your arrival how early you should arrive and how long it's going to take you to set up and how to set up and what to do. It tells you exactly what to do when the guests get there, what to say to them, what you should be doing. Then it starts talking about your iStory. It tells you exactly how to conduct an iStory. And I just want to tell you, if you've ever worried about what your iStory is, make it short. Make it short. You want to tell them where you were when you first got, this is what it tells you, where you were when you first got started in your business, what made you decide to become a beauty consultant, what you've experienced so far, and what your goals are moving forward. That's your iStory. I wouldn't make it too long because you want to keep people's attention. And what I know is since COVID, everyone's attention spans are shorter. So make it short, make it good. It talks about what to say with our founder. So it tells you, you could actually put this in a binder and read it. I wouldn't read the whole thing. I would highlight the things that you want to say in this playbook. Then, that when Mary and Cynthia both did, well, Cynthia did it this last Tuesday, Why Wash Your Face with Mary Kay? And Mary did it for us on another one. It tells you. It's a shorter version of it, but it tells you exactly what to do. Then it tells you what to say about why skincare is important. And then you start trying the products. It tells you exactly what to say about oil-free eye makeup remover and micellar water. By the way, ladies, I started using micellar water. You're right. It's so much easier to use that as a pre-cleanse. We're going to start doing that. But it literally tells you what to do from start to finish, how to close them, how to do the marketing. You don't need us. I mean, you need us to be there to coach you, but you have everything right here. You can do it. You can take this with you. You won't forget. Who could get excited about this? Who could get excited about working full circle and feeling like you're connecting and making a difference? Who could get excited about having more consistency in your business? Having more people that are excited to see you because you met them from a booking. And you're getting referrals from a booking. Those are hot, warm referrals. Who could get excited that you won't run out of people anymore? Who could get excited that it's going to teach you how to team build with the people that really want to do something in their business, not just a discount? Okay, ladies. Then I want to tell you, this is where we're moving. We're going to be doing our tracking. We're going to be learning how to, I've got the other sheet here, how to make money in our business. And we want you to pick a track you want to run on because this train is going. Jump on. You had the dream before. Let's get back on this dream. All right, ladies, I'm going to open it up for questions because and ladies, if you can, since I'm on my phone, I should have gotten my computer out. Maybe you can help me with reading the comments. Does anyone have any questions or comments?
I did, but I think you answered everything. And this is a great book. I can't wait to get it in my hands and go over it.
Oh, you know what, Deb? You're gonna get excited because I think, like I said, I think we've lost some of what made us, unique and what made it special. And it'll bring joy back into your business. It's going to bring joy back into your business. Yes, TK.
Hearing about this has given me a spark I haven't had in quite a while.
Right? I felt the
Yes.
same way.
I mean, I've needed, I've had so much stuff going on in my life that has crowded out my business that I have lost how to get back started in it, and I've almost given up. And this is telling me I don't need to.
You don't need to. It is going to be the thing that cements us. And also, let me just tell you, I don't know how many people have realized that what we're missing is connection. The minute you start connecting, not only will you feel the joy, but you'll be bringing joy to others. And I believe our businesses will boom. Because, like Trisha said, people don't care what you know until they know that you care. And the reason that Mary Kay did it, book, sell, book, recruit, was because you needed to be in front of the people, connecting virtually, in person, however you do it. But it's about the personal connection. It's not just about pushing a lookbook or sending a website or, it's the connecting. And even like the messenger party, like I know Trisha did a phenomenal messenger party with high sales. The key with that would be to connect with those individuals and one-on-one and get to know them and then move past just that one 15-minute thing. I believe the key to those 15-minute things is networking. It is a social media form of networking to bring you more people, but not to stop there with the sale. This was never meant to just a one and done sale. Does anyone want to share or add? All right, ladies. Oh, yes.
Oh, no. Did somebody else want to share?
Well, I think about our top sales in the diamond division. Jane, oh shoot, I just lost her name.
Jamie
Jane Lane?
Taylor?
No, June. June, that's what her name was. June Lane. And she was brought on stage in a wheelchair. And then
Oh,
they guided her up to the throne so they could um, honor her. And she talked, and she had 1,800 customers. And being top in sales, you know that she's keeping in touch with all those customers and on a daily basis, maybe a few here, a few there, and a few there. But she's keeping a relationship, and that's what's making her top in sales. I think she was top 4 years in a row, did they say?
I think so. I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
So follow her lead and keep in touch.
That is the difference between a hobby business and a business that actually pays in the heart and pays in the, your financial future. It is
Mhm.
those connections. And if I could tell you anything, ladies, you don't want to miss the next Power 300 call, because these are, wow, both of them have been eye-opening for me. And you know what? Like TK said, have you lost some of the zeal and passion for your business? Have you lost some of the belief? Well, I'm here to bring it back because it's all there for you. But we got to get back to what makes us special.
Yeah.
And it's you. So there you go.
Love. Oh no, go ahead and finish.
No, I just wanted to say I'm reconnecting with customers. That's my goal, is to reconnect with them, because I had somebody come. I mean, this is embarrassing to say. I had somebody come for a facial on Thursday, and I thought she was using the product. I actually thought she was using Time Wise Repair. I mean, I'm just being real. She was using Time Wise Miracle Set, and she hadn't reordered in 9 months. And so I'm like, okay, this is really good that I'm doing this and that I'm being real and confessing it to you guys, because I also started using the layering sheet that Mary gave us. So I'm like, wow.
Right?
We had,
Isn't it like, it's like this?
yeah. And she's like, yeah, I want to order the Time Wise Miracle Set. And I'm like, yeah, you're using it, right? And she's like, no, I'm on the Time Wise, that other one. And I was like, Time Wise Miracle Set? She's like, yeah, that one. Talk about embarrassing. So just keeping it real, girls. But the layering sheet has really helped me to start reconnecting, because I'm like, I don't, I have to look. I don't know what my customers are using. I mean, some of them.
Well, and
And
no, that's actually the perfect segue. So the packet that Anna was sharing is making sure that we're not cutting corners when we're meeting the people for to begin with. And what I'll probably do is actually just add this in there. But you guys, this is the one of the two sides. Those are the two sides that Cynthia was just talking about. But it's making sure that we are not cutting the corners with our current customers that we already have, and making sure we know what they're using. And I realize you guys can't see me very well with this sheet, but we've talked about it before. We've went over it again. And like Anna said, finding out that somebody is using Mary Kay and then some other brand. Mary Kay products are formulated and scientifically proven to work together. We're not proven to work with even another top high-end quality brand. And it's a science experiment. And that means the battlefield is that experiment spot is your face. And so our customers may not realize that. And if we're not tracking and knowing, okay, what are you using, and following up, layering, how are you liking it? Is there anything you would still change? Then we wouldn't know. So lots
Ladies,
about that.
I'm going to have to jump off here to get prepared, but I want to thank you and for all of the team that's coming today. I'm excited. So talk to you later.
okay, bye everybody. Go ahead.